Hey there, guys. Jeremy here, Consciousness Awake, sending you tons of positive energy. Hope you're having a really great day wherever you are. Today, I want to talk about the connections, correlations between astral projection experiences, out of body experiences, and ancient Egypt. There have been actually a few subscribers who have asked me about what my opinion is or my thoughts, right, on astral projection being used way back during the ancient Egyptian time period. And now, of course, ancient Egypt, the civilization of ancient Egypt, I think was like it lasted over 3,000 years, in comparison to, like, the few hundred years the United States has existed. So ancient Egypt, lots of information was passed down. Lots of consciousness exploration was done during those times. So let's dig a little deeper into all of this stuff. So, like the Egyptian priests, they knew of the existence of these other energy bodies. I think they just called it some kind of light body or astral body. I'm not sure if the Egyptian priests were talking about all of the multiple bodies that we actually have access to, or if they were just talking about like the astral body. So if anybody knows more about that, just put it down in the comments. But the Egyptian priests, they called this light energy Ka. I think it's spelled Ka or Kha, I believe, and they left like inscriptions and drawings on rock walls of temples and buildings and pyramids, representing this as this light energy that was leaving the physical body when the physical body finally dies or malfunctions. And you can also find, I've also seen references to astral projection in the Egyptian texts from the priests from ancient Egypt. So, like, the Egyptian texts are almost kind of like they could be compared to like biblical texts in a way, but it's just the text from that ancient Egyptian time period. So this Ka, this spirit, this light energy, through the ancient Egyptians' perspective, leaving the body at death. This is this would have been a very real part of Egyptian mythology. This entire premise is that there are many depictions of this light energy or soul leaving the body and moving into the afterlife. And they also ancient Egyptians, for the most part, they saw this as this moving into the afterlife. Death as itself, death within itself, wasn't the end. Okay. So they knew that the human experience, or the experience in this body, was temporary, and that the consciousness, this light energy, this Ka moves into this other body after the physical body dies. What I want to mention is Hermes Trismegistus. Hermes Trismegistus was an ancient Egyptian king. I'm not sure if he was like one of the early pharaohs or kings, but he was someone in a position of power. From some of my own research and from talking to other people, I've kind of personally come to my own conclusion that Hermes Trismegistus was astrally projecting. He was traveling out of his body. He knew how to do it. Talking to entities in the 4D and 5D and all of that, and then communicating all of these astral projection experiences. And nowadays, some people feel, and I kind of feel this way too, they feel that a lot of the Hermetic philosophy, is somewhat rooted from the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus. I'll have to look more into that. If you guys have any other information about the connection of Hermes and Hermetic philosophy, I think there's been a couple different books out there which kind of talked about this stuff, but it's something that I've been meaning to dig deeper into. So if you guys have information, please comment that down below so that I can see it, and also it's shared for the community. So all the people, all the subscribers can read all of the comments. So that's kind of cool. Back to, ancient Egypt and the connections of astral projection, etc. Now, since they, were living in this, I believe, a more natural lifestyle, more grounded to the earth, less toxins, no 4G, 5G, none of these, all these extra frequencies that create chaos. They're living in a more natural environment back then, with less distractions. And so I believe that a lot of Egyptians, especially the Egyptian priests, the people considered shamanistic in a way back then, etc. I believe that a lot of people were having a lot of spontaneous out of body experiences back then, probably more, definitely more than nowadays. So it was really accessible information, knowledge about, the whole idea of shifting consciousness, like astral projection, into these other bodies, or like lucid dreaming. I'm sure that a lot of people were having a lot of lucid dreaming back in the day. And there's been a lot of information and writings about this kind of stuff, and all this kind of stuff has just kind of died down because of our environment, because of certain control factors and etc. And programming, etc., to get us away from our spiritual essence. But yeah, the Egyptians, because of all this, these experiences, I believe that they were having on a body, they were really serious about the afterlife, and ancient Egyptians, with their afterlife, ideology, those ideologies were basically like three different things. So they believed in rebirth of the soul, so some form of reincarnation. They also believed in eternal life after physical death, which you're moving to 4D, but most likely 5D or beyond, but permanently, or at least for a very, very, very long time. And their belief in this underworld, where you go in through this entrance from your body that's deceased, from your tomb. So you're going, you've been buried, and then you're leaving the tomb with this with this spirit body, and going into the underworlds and navigating these underworlds till you find your destination, or more or less, learning how to navigate through this underworld, but trying to be able to control your mental intentions and your thoughts and stuff through consciousness, to gain control over any obstacles, right? But so ancient Egypt, yeah, a lot of afterlife ideologies, as we just talked about, and Hermes Trismegistus, and all of this stuff passed down now into Hermetic philosophies. A lot of those things point towards the fact, in my mind, that astral projection has been used for thousands of years by many different people. It's still used nowadays, and thousands of people experience it every day. My experiences the last 25 plus years are just like a lot of other people's, and then I have people and personal friends that I consult with that have had even more experiences out of body than myself. So But anyways, that's my thoughts on ancient Egypt and ties to astral projection. And again, if you have any particular comments, questions, please leave them down below. If this video, if it's something you liked, maybe learned something new, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. We want to grow Consciousness Awakes community with a certain type of mind state of exploring and evolving consciousness and learning how to grow past the 3D, this 3D construct or matrix. Alrighty, peace. You guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.